Hello. Okay, what I'm going to try and give you some advice on today is these things here. They're called thermostatic radiator valves, or TRVs for short. Now some of you guys will have these in your home and know that they are designed to control the temperature of the radiator. And how they work, they have like a wax cylinder inside here. And when the wax cylinder gets hot, it expands and pushes the pin down, the operating pin, which I'll show you in a minute. And when the pin's pressed fully down, it stops the water coming out into the radiator. And then when it cools, it shrinks and the pin comes back up and the water's allowed to go in again. Quite clever really. And they can work very well in most cases. However, there can be problems in that sometimes you can have a problem with the head here, and the head can actually break, or something can go wrong with it, or you can actually lose the head. So you've lost the head. How it happens I don't know, but head gets lost and then the radiator is on full all the time. So I'm going to show you a solution that we've got to overcome that. Now these heads come off quite easily. What you do is, to make it easier, turn it to the full off position, which is fully anti-clockwise. That'll take strain off the pin. And then underneath you'll have a captive ring like this. Screw the captive ring off like that. Don't worry, no water will come out at this point. It's all sealed, and then the head will lift off. So there's the head there. What you can see there is the pin. Now the pin is fully up now because the head's not on, so it's on full flow condition. Now to simply close it, you just press the pin down like that. Depress the pin and it will stop the flow. So in some cases, if the head's missing or broken, the radiator will be on all the time, and you might not want that to be the case. So we need to hold this pin down somehow. Now here at ABDtools we have this device here. It's called the TRV, or the thermostatic radiator valve clamp, that we developed. It's quite simple really, but it works very effectively. So what you have here is like a fork, and the fork goes over the pipe like that underneath the nuts. On the other side you've got an operating bolt. So I'll just show you. If you can see now, that goes on top of the pin, and then screw it down with your fingers, not a spanner by the way, and screw it down until you'll feel the resistance where it's stopped. Now if you notice the pin is not fully down, don't screw it down until it's fully, you completely damage the valve. Just feel it to the resistance there. Now that is in the off position. So that's what you can use should you lose your head. Not literally, but this head. And you want to stop the flow to the radiator. And you can actually, if you want to keep the radiator a little bit, just back it off a little bit like that when the system's on, and you'll get a bit of flow of water. So you can actually use it as a control as well. The other thing you can use these for is when you take the radiator off, for whatever reason, radiators need to come off from time to time for painting the walls or plastering the walls or refixing brackets. There's all kinds of reasons. Then you shouldn't rely on the head screwed down to keep the water from coming out, because these are designed so in extreme cold weather they will actually open even though they're fully off. Then you get water coming out. So we recommend that if you take the radiator off, use one of these as well. So it screws on like that. Now we have had it said that, okay, you've got a bolt there on top of the pin, it could slip off. But if you look inside the pin there, it's actually recessed out, it's drilled out. It's got a nice recess for the pin. So when it goes on, it's nicely located. And you can see there, if I'm pulling it, it doesn't come off. So when it's fully off like that, it's absolutely solid. It will not come off unless you really knocked it off. So it's quite safe. So that's it. So there you go. That's the TRV clamp, or thermostatic radiator valve clamp, from ABDtools, and I hope that helps you out. And thanks for watching.